In today's video, I'm going to be talking about reasons your ILR can be refused in the UK. So just because you spent the minimum amount of time in the UK that it's eligible for ILR does not mean you automatically get it. So you have to apply for it, and there are so many reasons that could cause the Home Office to refuse your application for indefinite leave to remain. We have the 10 years route and the 5 years route. So this is what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So hey lovelies, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name is Faith Ojone, and on this channel I talk about ways you can travel abroad and settle abroad. I provide you with resources on how you can get started, and I share latest information concerning the UK, how you can settle in the UK, and everything in general about the UK. So if this is the kind of content you like, hit the subscribe button down below to join the family. Let's get straight into the video. If you're coming to the UK with the intention of getting your indefinite leave to remain after spending the minimum required years on your visa for you to be eligible for your ILR, then you need to watch this video till the end. You can apply for ILR depending on the visa you came to the UK with. So the 10 years route is like family visa. If you have a child in the UK or you have parents in the UK, you can migrate to the UK via the family route, which is 10 years before you can apply for ILR. Then they have the 5 years route. That means if you migrate to the UK via the skilled worker route, you can get your ILR in 5 years. Then they have the 3 years route, which is for global talent visa. So if you should move to the UK via the global talent exceptional talent route, then after 3 years you can apply for ILR. Having an indefinite leave to remain status in the UK means you can work and live in the UK free from immigration restrictions, and it also leads towards citizenship. So the Home Office can deny your ILR based on general ground refusal, and there are 3 major criteria that you can use to reject your ILR application. The general ground for refusal of ILR in the UK is if you have not completed the minimum required years that you're supposed to complete before you apply for your ILR. You can apply for your ILR if you have spent 3 years continuously in the UK for global talent visa, 5 years continuously for skilled worker visa, 10 years continuously for family visa. This does not mean you cannot travel for vacation or visit your country or go out of the UK. For skilled worker visa, you must not spend more than 180 days in any 12 months outside the UK. As a general rule, your eligible continuous period starts over after a long gaps in your residency. It is advisable to check with your immigration advisor when you want to apply for ILR to maximize your chances to succeed and avoid rejection. Mind you, even if you get rejected, you can still appeal, okay? My friend lived in the UK like continuously for 3 years, but traveled out of the UK for 6 months, and when she got back, the 3 years she already spent cancelled, so she had to start afresh. Yes, for you to be able to qualify for ILR, you have to take Life in the UK test. Life in the UK test is like a general test for them to know how much you know the UK or what do you know about the UK. It's basically about UK, you know, history, everything and all of that. And you also need to take your English language test. So if you are between the age of 18 to 65 and you are from non-English speaking country, you must provide evidence of knowledge of English to apply for an ILR. You must pass an approved English language test and have at least a B1, which is speaking and listening. So for this English test, you're not writing everything, you're only going to write in listening and speaking. So they want to know you understand them and they can understand you. So you have to pass your Life in the UK test. And if you have already passed your Life in the UK test as part of your current immigration status, you do not need to repeat the test. So you can take your Life in the UK test anytime. We're already planning on doing that because I heard that people really do fail it. You can repeat the test as multiple times as possible, but I heard that people fail it a lot. So we want to start on time to start writing it so that when it's time for our ILR. And once you've passed it, you don't need to do it again, and you can use it to apply for your ILR when you are eligible to apply. So if you have like 2 years left to complete your 5 years, I would advise you to start taking your life in the UK test, which is something we are already doing. Another requirement for you to get your ILR is you have to prove you have good character. So there's the good character judgment. Okay, you must declare any criminal conviction in your ILR application. Failure to disclose or provide character references may result in refusal of your ILR application. So I would advise you, whatever it is you're doing, keeping a good character. You do not have any criminal conviction. You've not been arrested, imprisoned, or sentenced. You've not done shoplifting. All of those things can affect your ILR. So please avoid anything that would land you in police station, because all of those things are going to go in your record, and you would have to submit it when you're applying for your ILR. If you've been subjected to EU or UN travel ban, it will affect your ILR. So let's say maybe you've been banned from other countries before, you cannot travel to those countries, it will affect your ILR in the UK. If you are considered a persistent offender who shows disregard for the law, it will affect your ILR. If you've broken a current condition of your stay, let's say for example they say you're not entitled to public funds and you go and take public funds, that will definitely affect your ILR. Another thing that will affect your ILR is tax. If maybe you are self-employed and you've not been filing your taxes, and let's say this YouTube, I file my tax. Anything you're doing to earn money in the UK and the money is going into your bank account, you need to file for self-assessment. So self-assessment is when you have, maybe you're making just little money. It's just not a big business yet, or is not registered. You need to file for self-assessment. Whatever you're doing in the UK that you're earning money and the money is entering your bank account, you need to file self-assessment. You need to go on gov.uk, fill in the self-assessment form, get your tax code. HRMC will send it to your email, then it will send you an email. I've done all of these things. That's what I'm telling you. I have to file self-assessment for my YouTube channel. So if you're a YouTuber watching this and you're earning money from YouTube, even if it's £100, please file for your self-assessment, because the rule is that if you have anything you're earning at least above £1,000, I think annually, you have to file self-assessment. So don't say, oh, I'm only earning £200. They calculate it annually. So if by the end of the year and you're earning up to £1,000, you need to file for self-assessment. You might not end up paying anything at the end of the day, to be honest. You might not pay anything, especially if you're not working. If you don't have any job, YouTube is your mainly source of income, you might not pay anything because you're not working. But if you're working and you're doing YouTube, you're earning, you might pay tax a little bit, not so much money, so it's not a big deal. One of the sections of your SET application form, that's the application form for the ILR, it is dedicated for your financial situation. So you have to submit like your financial situation. I think you need to submit your bank statement and all of those things. The UKVI, we check with the HRMC, it is strongly recommended not to make a false statement. This is also of an offense and may result in criminal penalty. So you have to submit your bank statement since you moved to the UK from all the accounts you've been using. So having money in your bank account that you cannot explain how the money got into the account, it is bad. If you have unpaid UK taxes, your ILR application will be automatically refused. This one does not mean it may be refused. Automatically, it's going to be refused. If you have had any issues with your tax payment and you have managed to resolve it with the HRMC, the UKVI may still reject your request. For the reasons, you should seek legal guidance. So, if you have any issue with HRMC in terms of tax, you need to resolve it before you're filing for your ILR. So this is a general advice I'll give to you, just so that you avoid anything. So if you're migrating to the UK with your family, especially with your spouse, husband or wife, please, you guys need to have your bills in your name. So let's say, for example, council tax has to be in both the wife and the husband's name. If you're renting an apartment, it has to be in both of your name, your husband and your wife. Please do not come, back in Nigeria, the men always cover for everything. Even if you're still the one paying everything, make sure it's in your wife's name. And light bills, electricity, one person can take up electricity, the other person can take up water bill. You guys need to pay bills together because you need to submit all this proof that you've been living in the UK continuously for 5 years, for 10 years. The only way the UKVI will know you've been living in the UK continuously is from your bills, your tax. If you are self-employed, make sure you're filing your taxes. They need to know you're contributing to the economy. So guys, this is all I know, and if I finally meet someone who is not camera shy, I'll bring the person off here to talk about their processes, what they did, how they got this. And anyway, we have come to the end of this video. If this video was helpful, you know what to do. Give it thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you've gotten your ILR, you are living in the UK and you're watching this video, leave your comment down below. I would like to know the processes or the things I did not mention in this video, so we all learn together. And guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.